Okay, so we're going to do the simple query for viewing only the white cars in the cars table. Okay, so we're going to click on the Create tab up here, and you'll see it changes. So we have Create Tables, Create Forms, Create Reports, and then we're going to Create Other, and we have our queries here. There's also macros there. So what we're going to do is click on Query Design, and the query design view is displayed. So the first thing that we notice is this show table box, and this lists all the tables that are in the database. So you'll see cars, courier and holiday, and you'll also see them over here. What we want to do is just include the one table for this query, as it's quite a simple one. So just double click on cars and you'll see it appear over here in the query design. So we're going to close this show table now. We don't need it anymore. So you'll see a little scroll bar here that you can go up and down to see your different fields in your table, or you can just go to the side, move your mouse to the corner. Once it's a double-edged arrow, just click and hold your mouse down and then drag it out. Okay, so what we're going to add to the query, we're going to add a few different fields. So we definitely want the color, but we also want to know the make and the model of the car. So once you double click on the field names, you'll see that they appear down here, and you'll see the field color, and it's from the table cars. Then we have a sort section, a show section, criteria and or. So you'll see that for each of the columns here. So for each field we have all these extra pieces of information. What we want to do is just see the cars that are white. So we're going to look down here to the criteria, and we're going to type in the word white. So once we have that typed in, we're going to run the query to test it to see how it works. So you'll see up here we have a run button. So I'm going to click on it, and you'll see what is displayed here. We have the cars table, and it's only showing those cars that are white. Okay, so you'll see there's different types of cars here. You'll also see down here that there are 9 records, so there are 9 cars that are white. So if we go back up here to the view button, and if we click it, we'll go back into query design view. Now we want to save the query, so I'm going to click up here on the save, and you'll see the save as box pop up, and the default is query 1. So we're just going to call it QRY white cars and click OK. Okay, so now we can close the query, and we're back. We can see the car table here now. Just to check our query is working, we're going to use the filter to select only those white cars. So if I click on white here, go up to selection equals white, and you'll see, yeah, our query worked because we have the same amount of records. We have 9 records here. Now with the filter you can see all the information, but in the query we only saw the make, the model and the color, not this other stuff here. So I'm just going to click on toggle filter to remove the filter and see all the records. So we have 70 records in the cars table. Now if you look over here, we have a list of tables, but we can't see the list of queries that we've already made. So what we're going to click on here is this arrow. So anytime you see an arrow, it means there are more options. So click on the arrow, and we're going to click on queries, and you'll see your query is there, query white cars. So I want to run that query again, and I double click, and the results are shown here. So you know this is the query because you can see the name of it up here at the top. So query white cars, and I'm going to close that, and we're back to just the table. So back over here, and we can see that we are going to click on all access objects, so we can see our tables and our queries at the same time. Now the difference between a filter and a query is that a query can be saved and it can be rerun. A query can become quite complicated as well, so they're much better to use than the filters. Okay, so that's our first simple query for white cars on the car table in the cars database.